Listen here, fuckers. The views and opinions expressed on this podcast should not be taken seriously. All jokes and banter are not meant to be taken up the ass. And no, you may not speak to my manager, so get back to not doing your homework or not doing your job and enjoy the Rollin Thick podcast.
Are you ready?
Rollin Thick, Rollin Thick.
Hey, what is up, you guys? Welcome back to the Rollin Thick podcast. I'm your host. My name is Teddy.
And I'm Bunz.
How's everybody doing? It's episode 11. Oh, last episode, you were saying, like, are you sure it's episode 10? And, like, I was looking through the RSS when I was uploading it, and episode 9 is missing.
What was episode 9?
Episode 9 was let me look it up real quick. But it's on Spotify and you can find it everywhere still. It's just not on my RSS where it should be. Because if it's not, then it shouldn't be everywhere else, but it is. It was confusing.
I'm just curious which one it was. I guess I could pull it up on Spotify. Then I'll find out.
I have it here. What's it? My finger. It was Awake and Scared where we did
Of course, it was one of the creepy ones.
Yeah. Because on my RSS feed, like I was uploading it and it was just like the one before that was just like it's not all bad. We're talking about bad luck and stuff. And I was like, did I fuck it up? Do I think it's episode 10 but it's episode 9 really? And then I checked, and it was episode 10. I was right. Because I was hyped, dude. Fucking 11 episodes in a row. Let's go.
I know we've done really. Didn't we miss 1 week?
Yeah, but we prepared for it.
Did we?
We almost did, and then we recorded the Saturday before the upload.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you told me we had until Saturday, so the next one we ended up recording on Saturday.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you tell me how much I can procrastinate.
I know, it happens to me too. We're like, I have to when to turn it in. Do it later.
Next time.
So what's been happening in the world lately? I think you sent me something. Did you send me something on TikTok? I don't think it was news related.
It was somebody boiling a quesadilla.
Oh yeah, that infuriated me. Did you go on their? Did you go onto their file onto their channel?
No,
they boil a lot of shit. Like she had like an oven ready pizza, and she boiled it. That person.
No, I saw the boiled quesadilla, and I'm like, Teddy will appreciate this.
Yes, appreciate
greatly.
It. Mm-hmm. Bullshit.
Like soggy flour tortilla with cheese.
Oh my god! I was waiting for it to be like maybe I was letting her cook. I was like, let's see where this is going. It didn't fucking go anywhere.
No, and then I actually dug deeper in the comments, and because they're like, well, at least take it out and cut it, and they took it out and cut it, but it had imprints on it like it had been put in a quesadilla maker.
What the fuck?
So it wasn't even the same quesadilla.
She put it in a panini maker.
Something like that, but it was still soaking wet and soggy. So it was like they put it in a panini maker and then boiled it. Like I don't know.
Hell no.
It was just it's a whole lot of nope. I'd rather I probably would. I don't think I would eat it.
I would rather they put it in the microwave.
I do that all the time.
I know, because you white, that's why. Did you see that? Did you see the lady that she ordered it's her daughter made her say tortilla. She said tortilla. Or tortilla.
I like the guy that says what is it, a torta or something?
A tortilla? I don't know.
He calls it a tortota or tortilla. Yeah, he doesn't say it. I mean, I don't say it right, but he definitely.
Yeah.
Gonna roll my R's.
Anyways,
nobody says tortilla with a rolled R.
Tortilla, I say.
Oh.
Anyways, I was watching this thing on TikTok. They're trying to ban cell phones in the. Oh, that felt weird. At school, they're trying to ban cell phones at school, and they've been trying to ban cell phones at school since they're fucking readily available to everybody.
That's true. I hope. I mean, I understand why they want to, but on the other hand, with how crazy and scary public school can be, I would rather. My kid puts hers in her locker every day, so I know she doesn't look at her phone until lunchtime.
Yeah, but she has it on her person, though, right?
No, she keeps it in her locker. At lunchtime, it's on her person, but she keeps it in her locker all the time. But I wish she did have it on her person. Just in the event of any type of emergency, I would like her to be able to contact me. But she also, kids these days don't have pockets. They just wear sweats all the time. There's no pockets in them. So she's got nowhere. And middle school, you used to have like carry our backpacks around filled with our books and everything. They don't have that anymore. So she don't even take her backpack to class. She just carries her stupid little water bottle.
Really?
And like maybe a pencil. Yeah.
Damn. That's funny because that ties into today's episode.
I know. I was just thinking, I'm like, speaking of.
Oh shit. Because growing up, oh man, I was watching this thing and he was talking about like how millennials were like the last one to like it's like the last generation to like know what it was to be like kind of without technology, in the sense of like it wasn't like part of our lives yet.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because like you're more of a 90s kid than I am, because I was a 90s baby. Like,
yeah, no, I was a child in the 90s.
Yeah, I was a baby. I was born in 93, so by the time 99 came through, like I still don't fucking remember. Like the earliest I can remember is 3rd grade. That's already like 2001.
So you like don't remember Princess Diana dying or any of that?
No.
Princess Diana. That was a sad day.
Is that where she died? Like they crashed in the tunnel or whatever and she died?
Yeah, in 97.
Yeah. I know of it now, but I don't remember when it happened. I barely remember 9/11.
Really?
Yeah, because it was in the 3rd grade, and like it was like we like in the morning we would do like the flag salute or whatever, where we fucking stand there and we say the Pledge of Allegiance as a school, and then everybody got rushed into class and they turned on the TV and they were showing us basically like the news that there was like a terrorist attack. But I don't really remember. I just remember that happening, and then I didn't remember like what I felt or like what I was processing. Like I don't remember none of that shit.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
The 3rd grade, I was like 8 or 9.
Yeah, no, I was in high school.
Yeah, see, that's a little bit more developed.
Old? Yeah, I know.
I said developed.
That sounds better or just creepy?
I know. But they don't. Your kids don't take backpacks to school?
Oh no, they take backpacks. She takes her backpack to carry her lunchbox.
Oh god, my son is obsessed with this fucking lunchbox. I swear. Dad, where's my lunchbox? Like, why? You don't even take lunch. You're there 3 hours, bro. Like, what do you?
Well, see, my youngest, because your son's like what, 4, right?
Yeah, 5. Turn 5.
He's 5. Oh, he's turning 5. So and Elena's just turning.
No, he's 5.
Yeah, he just turned 5.
Yeah.
That's right. But Elena, so she's 5 going on 6. And she doesn't take a lunch. She eats hot lunch because she's not a picky eater and I don't want to pack one. But she does this thing where she eats breakfast at home. And maybe I've said this before, but she'll eat breakfast at home. And then she goes to school and says she doesn't have breakfast at home. And so they feed her breakfast too.
Oh, see, double dipper.
So She
She's double
does.
doubling down on breakfast.
And I was like, well, why do you tell them you don't get breakfast? And she's like, so they feed me breakfast. I'm like, but you do get breakfast. She's like, yeah, but if I tell them that,
They won't give me
then
breakfast.
I'm not. They won't give me breakfast. And the schools here, everybody qualifies for free lunch, free breakfast. Like there's no income requirements. Just everybody gets lunch.
If they ask for it, they give it to you.
If your kid goes to school, they are allowed to have hot lunch. There's no like lunch money things.
Cool.
So, which is why I make her get hot lunch. It saves me a step of fixing food. So, but yeah, she's just her backpack is literally one folder and her water bottle and a snack. Like that's what's in her backpack. And she's just this little short kindergartner running with this massive backpack. And she even has a locker in her school.
Oh yeah,
like she's got this big ass. Yeah, I did parent teacher conferences. She's got a whole ass locker.
I didn't like
bigger than my locker was. And I'm like, why do you have a locker in?
Did you have lockers in your room, in your school when you were going to school?
Not elementary school. These are lockers on the outside. They're not even in the classroom. They are on the outside. Like it looks like a middle school.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and I was just like, that's so weird. So maybe it was a middle school at one point. I don't know.
I remember growing up, I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to get to high school, have a locker and stuff.
Yeah,
that's like in the movies. We didn't have lockers. You could carry all our shit with us. All 6 fucking periods, we had to carry our books. And then the English teacher would always be like, bring your books. And we're like, for what? You're going to make us watch a video or something. We would bring our books for nothing just because you wanted us to carry them. Damn bitch.
I remember middle school and high school, our books, they were so stinking heavy. Like we had the wheelie backpacks. That's when the wheelie backpacks became like a really big thing.
Everybody looked like they were going on a trip.
Yes. I didn't ever get a wheelie backpack. But
me either. I always broke them.
Mm-hmm. No, I just never got the option to have one.
Never had the privilege.
Yes.
No, but it's funny because, oh man, like the differences between school now, because like I have all my nephews like in school, and it's funny because one of my nephews just got his they came over last week, and he got his haircut here, and he got that what do you call it? He called it an Edgar haircut. But I've been told that that's derogative now. That term, calling somebody an Edgar, is derogative.
I'm sorry. When I hear the word Edgar, all I think about is the butler in the Aristocrats movie by Disney. That's all I think of when I hear Edgar. Edgar.
No, but they were telling me that it's like a racial thing now to call somebody an Edgar.
What?
I don't know. I didn't know what that was.
Oh, I guess I could kind of pick up why.
I could kind of pick up why too, but I didn't think it was
still.
But he got the haircut, right?
Why people gotta ruin words? Like seriously, stop ruining English words. Well, that's not even an English word. It's just a name.
I know.
Stop it.
Just like Karen. Karen was becoming.
That Karen's okay.
No, it was people were getting like fired up about it. It's not too bad now, but like when the whole thing was coming around.
Well, yeah, their names are Karen.
Or Susan. Susan was another common one. Anyways,
don't be a Susan.
He got his haircut right, and his mom was like, "Why the fuck did you get that haircut? He looks so dumb." Woo woo. And my brother, his dad, he was just like, "Leave him alone." Like, nah, he looks fucking dumb. I was like, yeah, but like,
I've never even seen what this haircut looks like. I'm
gonna
Google it.
It's a bowl cut in the front. In the front, just the front. It's like messy in the top, and then like a fucking it's like 3 haircuts at the same time. Like a mullet in the back.
No.
Some of them are exaggerated. The one he had he doesn't have long hair, so his was just like it looked like he had a lineup and like messy hair in the front and then like a fade on the sides.
So is it like
Yeah,
That?
yeah. Look, I'm telling you, that's a bowl cut the front. It's a mole in the back. Yeah,
And it's like cleaned up on the sides.
yeah. You fucking identity crisis and shit. Anyways, my brother was like, "Leave him alone, right? Leave him alone. Let him have his stupid haircuts." And my brother's wife, she was just like, "He looks so dumb. I don't know why he has to do that." And my brother was just looking at me smiling. He's like we all had our dumb like phases. Like, just let him do his thing. Like, do you want him to be an outcast? Like, get bullied at school?
Yeah.
And it's like, I was just thinking like all those stupid haircuts I used to have too.
That's true. I look back on my old photos and I'm just like,
With the bangs.
yeah. Well, see, I was a swimmer. And I started competitive swimming in like first grade, second grade, all the way up through high school. So, but when I was younger, first grade, second grade, third grade, and up, I wasn't the best at like washing and brushing my hair after. Like, I would still do it, but I didn't do it that well. So my mom kept my hair, like, I'm talking up to my earlobes short, and it was so bad. I was digging through some of my boxes and I found like my old elementary school photos where they would send the whole class photo home.
Yeah.
And I was showing my oldest and she was just like, "Oh my God."
Yeah.
Like,
it's because like a lot of I remember in high school the most popular one was the blowout because of Jersey Shore.
oh yeah.
And they had the Pauly D blowout. That one was fucking popular, but it was like Pauly D had like a little one, right? It just looked like a blowed out taper, right? It was just kind of like,
Yeah.
but like they just
A
kept getting
mushroom.
exaggerated, and it looked like you're carrying around a fucking bowl in your head. It's fucking ridiculous. And then everybody went through like the raver phase. So like they started wearing like the skinny jeans and the bright colors.
I know.
And
I got made
the
fun of in
foxtails.
school because I did wear skinny jeans way before. Only because we
Before
were
it was
poor, and that was
cool.
what that was exactly. I was poor, so they were from the time when they were cool. They were at Goodwill because they weren't cool anymore. So that's what I wore. That's what I got. And then I was like, I don't want to wear skinny jeans. Everybody's wearing flared jeans. And now I'm in my freaking skinny jeans. And guess what's coming back in style? Apparently, flared jeans are in again. And I'm just like,
yeah, it's just going back and forth and back and forth.
I don't really want to give up my skinny jeans anymore. They keep everything all sucked in.
I don't know.
Oh
I
my
just thought it
God.
was funny that my brother was like, just let him have it, dude. Like,
Just let him have. I know, because like the style these days,
Yeah.
it's changes so much, and I look back and I see, I've even seen the videos on TikTok of like back in the 2000s, even 2010, which I was well beyond. I was married by then, so I wasn't in the whole like scene, but just the way kids their hair, it looks stupid. I mean, when I was going to school, we had kids like spiking their
oh
hair
yeah,
up.
the Liberty Spikes.
I used to take my hair and I would literally like tie it in knots on the top of my head. I could probably do it right now, but I'm not going to. But yeah, we would tie it in literal knots on the top of our head and just have these rows of hair. And like, why?
They're like fucking what's it called? Implants.
I don't know. It's just something, and then we would like spin it, and we like not cornrows because they're definitely not. But then we'd put them in a little like
You
bun
remember
in
the
the back.
tease?
Like, it just,
You remember the tease? You fucking tease your hair.
yeah, we would freaking the bump it,
the bump
all of it. Like, there's so many. It's like the kids just go through the weirdest hair
Yeah.
phases, and you just gotta let them have it.
That's what my brother would say. Just let him have it. Like, you swear, like it's not permanent. Like it's gonna have another
hair.
stupid, like ridiculous haircut next year. Like that's how it happens.
Well, and even I mean the same thing with their clothes. My
clothes.
oldest got
Yeah.
Student of the Month, and we went to. They had like this breakfast for Student of the Month Club kids, and sure enough,
Build a
all
whole-
the kids they all dress homeless. I thought it was just mine. But like, there was even this one girl. She had like this nice, cute, super cute blouse, and then sweats.
That's funny.
Like what?
Are they all showing up like
what,
in a fucking blanket too? Like
basically, they all dress like they're going to Walmart at 2 a.m.
Dude, do you remember Walmart.com? Oh no,
the people of Walmart.
Yeah, that was great.
That's still a thing. I got my dad my dad had never heard of the people of Walmart before.
Yeah.
And so I bought him a calendar. They printed off the memes and made it into like a desk calendar. And he could peel like every day was a new people of Walmart. I think that was probably one of his favorite gifts. That was like one of the best gifts I ever got him. It was a gift that kept on giving. Even though my dad was like tech savvy and all the things, I don't think he'd ever seen the people of Walmart. No. So that's one of the gifts that I like. He would send me pictures of it sometimes and be like, look what today is.
Look at this person. The actual person walking around.
But that's what the kids dress like. They dress just like they're going to Walmart at 2 a.m. And I'm just like,
as long as they don't smell like it, whatever. Because that's my thing, hygiene. Don't fucking stink, and then you'll be fine.
Yeah, I know, exactly. Like, take a shower, dress homeless, but smell nice.
Dress homeless. You know how expensive it is to look this trashy? Oh, man.
Yes, I don't know. It's just weird because I remember when I was in middle school, specifically middle school and high school. I only really know middle school right now because that's what my oldest is in. So I don't have like I see the high school kids get off. I see the high school kids get off the bus and they look like your typical high school kids. But like the middle schoolers, I remember when I was in middle school, it was very much like that's when flared jeans first started really being big. Like everybody wanted them. They were expensive. I lived on an island. You couldn't get them except from ordering from a fucking catalog. Thank you, J.C. Penney's. And so it wasn't easy to get a hold of like fashion trends, but my God, I swear everybody got them except me. And you dressed up. You looked nice. You had on your jewelry. You had on your nice top. You had on your jeans. You did your hair all fancy. Like you looked good. I didn't. But everybody else did.
You look good.
And now middle school is just like they literally roll out of bed and go to school.
That's
funny. Like my oldest. I swear I don't know for a fact because I don't pay that close attention because I don't want to call her out on it. But I'm pretty sure she showers at night, changes into whatever she's gonna wear to school tomorrow, and rolls out of bed to go to school. Like I guarantee
that's
whatever
so
she's sleeping in. That's what she's gonna wear to school tomorrow.
That's efficiency right there. Yeah, it's funny because as kids, we just want to be like ourselves, right? Even if we're like following a trend or like bandwagoning or whatever, we just want to be able to express ourselves. But now that I have kids, like I know what it is to feel like, oh man, what are the other parents gonna think I am through you? Yes. Through my child. They're just gonna start thinking bad about me. They're gonna be like, true. So like I don't know. I think it's funny because my mom always used to tell me like oh, it's not because I don't want you to feel a certain way. It says people judge me based on off of you. Like, you know, if you're a bad kid, I'm a bad parent. Like it just trickles down, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, oh,
that's true.
And I used to get in so much trouble. It's funny. I was like, because the book I'm writing a book, and I talk about like right now it's my elementary years and then middle school. But I remember in middle school, I was so like against authority. Like it's just like the simplest things. I remember we had a dress code, and we had to wear collared shirts, right, and slacks or jeans of one or two colors, and that's it. There's no diverting from those. And I remember I would like to wear black tees just like I do now, right? So I would throw my black tee. I would take off my collar shirt and I would just wear my black tee, and I would get in trouble to the point where like my mom would have to come and bring me a shirt, and I would put the shirt on, and then I started putting my shirt over my collared shirt, so only the collar stuck out, but I still was wearing my shirt. And then they had a problem with that, even though it wasn't in the dress code. Technically, I was still wearing a collared shirt. And then technically, right? You know, and they would bug. And then one day I went home and I cut off the collar off my collared shirt. And I stitched it to my shirt. And I stitched it to my shirt, right? And I went to school and like, they're like, oh, you have to take that off. You can only wear your collared shirt. This is my collared shirt. Like, no, you have to take the top one off. Oh, like, this is my collared shirt. Like, no, you're like, you don't understand. I was like, no, you don't understand. This is my collared shirt. And they got so mad.
Did they send you home?
Yeah, no, my mom had to bring me a shirt.
Oh.
And then I was like, oh, I can't get away with the shirt, right? So I started wearing different colored pants. I was in the office like twice a month at least. It was fucking great.
I was always afraid to get in trouble, so I didn't.
You know what it is? After a while, nothing really happens. You just like get yelled. I mean, I got my ass whipped, but
that's okay.
Even that was like okay. After a certain age, it didn't hurt.
You guys?
That's it, Mom. You want to use the broomstick? That one hurts more.
I mean, owie, don't do that. I'm sorry. No. My mom, I used to wear a lot of leggings. Like, that's the thing. When I was in elementary school, I had so many leggings, but they weren't like the leggings you have now. They're the ones that like hooked over your heel, like total 80s leggings. And my mom I wore leggings and turtlenecks.
What the
And I had this one pair that was like my favorite pair. And my mom was like, you cannot keep wearing those to school. So I put them in my backpack.
There you go.
And and then I put them on the bus. I don't know if I took my pants off that I was wearing and then put them on, or if I was wearing jeans. I don't know. I don't think I got caught, and I felt like such a badass. I was only in like 2nd or 3rd grade. So I'm like, yeah, I did it.
Fuck yeah.
That was like my most scandalous.
Oh wow, you're hardcore, dude.
I was super hardcore.
Watch out
Jesus
for this.
Was watching.
Watch out for this one, dude.
Jesus was watching me, and I still did it. It's okay.
And I still did it. That's funny.
Now I'm trying to remember if I took my pants off on the bus, or like I'm trying to have that part not.
You're trying to unblock it.
So
memory unlocked.
Basically.
That's funny. I don't know, but what are the biggest difference between like nowadays and back in the days? It's like the technology, because even at work, like when I'm walking around the warehouse, I'm not on my phone. I have to be too aware of my surroundings. And only because when I drive around and you just see people on their phone with their head down on their phone, how are you aware of what's happening in the warehouse? There's no way you can be this, like down on your phone and aware of like the machinery, right?
That's true.
So like,
yeah, I know for me personally, currently at my current job, if I could not use my phone, I probably wouldn't still have a job, because I need to Google things constantly.
That's funny.
Just because I need to know what I'm doing and I want to make sure I'm doing it right, but I can't keep constantly asking my boss to like double check or confirm for me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, usually I have a pretty decent idea, but I have a lot of self-doubt. So I like the ability to Google real quick.
Double check.
And sometimes I can't explain it to the person that I'm trying to help, and I can show them a visual instead and be like, here's an illustrated version of what we're trying to accomplish. and then it clicks and it works. So I enjoy that. But I remember for the longest time. So, when you're going to school and you're trying to, figure out what you're going to be when you grow up, right? And then everybody in high school usually has like their first job working at like McDonald's or Burger King or whatever.
Yeah.
I was never able to get a job. My mom wanted me to wait till I was out of high school to get a job. And all I remember thinking is I can't work a job with a cash register because that's way too many buttons to push and way too many things to memorize. I was like, I can't do that. No way. And I couldn't, I was like, I'm going to mess up counting change back. I can't do it. Like, I'm good at math, but I'm not good at basic math. Give me an equation that I have to follow, like an order of operations to do, and perfect. I can do that. But ask me to count change back from a 20, ain't gonna happen. So
especially if they give you like a 20 and then the change, like 15 cents.
I hate it. I hate when they give you a 20 and then change, and then my mind is stuck. Like, I'm just frozen in time. I'm like, I don't know how to handle this.
I need an adult.
So I didn't want a job working a cash register, which is kind of why I went into being a nursing assistant. So I got my license and everything for that. But now, and even then, so I did that for quite a few years. And after I had my daughter, I was like, okay, I can't go back to being a CNA. It's not going to work with the time and daycare. Like, you can't start your shift at 6 a.m. No daycare opens at 5, So I was like, all right, I'll work part-time at Walmart. And all I kept thinking was, please don't put me as a cashier. Just let me stock shelves. I just want a mindless job that I don't have to count money back and I don't have to like type in buttons. Because I'm still thinking good old-fashioned, think Simpsons opening screen register. Yeah. Like old-fashioned shit. But their registers are all upgraded. Even then, they were upgraded. Now they're even more upgraded, and you don't have to do all the like fancy button pushing. You just scan it, and you're good.
Yeah, kind of like the self-checkouts.
Yeah, basically. So I'm like,
and then everybody uses cards now, so you're not counting money anyways.
Well, and that too, like everybody, no more checks. But when I worked at that Walmart, I was still running like WIC checks and just regular handwritten checks and things like that. Was still back. That was like 2011, so it wasn't super long ago, but still long. And I mean, it's over a decade.
I remember this. I remember the personal checks.
I don't even see them have personal check machines now at the stores. I don't think people take checks.
No, they don't take checks. Everybody has a credit card or debit.
There's that.
No one wants to go to the bank with a bunch of checks.
I know, right? But then there's the other thing of like computers. Like everybody has a computer now.
Everybody's got a supercomputer in their fucking pocket.
Yeah, so
it's even worse now because they have like the Apple fucking lens or whatever the fuck it's called.
I know, it's all this futuristic shit.
That is so.
Like, do you remember when you first got the internet, or have you always had the internet?
I remember when we first got it at my house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember like it's funny because like now we have computers like in our room. Like this is the setups in my room.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Like when computers like were first like available for homes, it was like you have one computer for the whole house. In the living room.
We had a computer. Well, see, we had a computer room.
Yeah.
We
had it
office.
in the living room.
And our house in Alaska, we had a computer room, which was just an office space area. And then when we moved down south, by down south I mean like in Washington, we had it next to our dining room. But by then we started having them in our own rooms too. So like I probably got my first computer probably when I was like 15, 16. Probably 15. I had one when I was 15 in my room.
Layback brings a good point. Brings a question in my mind. Did you get a computer before the internet, or did you have the computer and the internet was like available later on? Because I think we got the computer. In my family,
yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. In my family, we got the computer because the internet started becoming so available, and we're like, oh, this, and then I think it was like we were doing like MySpace and stuff like that. So I was already like in the 5th grade.
So our first computer, I don't remember how old I was. I don't believe we had internet, but I remember that the screen was, I mean, obviously it was the big ass screen that was black, and you had to like get the little big ass floppy disk, not the little ones that you see on the save screen, but the big one. And you had to go into the DOS screen and type in
what you want your computer to do.
Like what drive the game was in, what game you were running, and like put the like all of it.
You had to code your computer as you were fucking.
I remember we had like a Berenstain Bears game, and I had to like actually type in Berenstain Bears in the nice little green, like the green type that you see. and I know it was just crazy.
I think,
and then yes, laid back. I am ancient. Thank you.
I think it was like early 2000s when we got ours. We didn't do like Windows 97 or anything. We were already like.
Oh no, we had Windows version
E-machine
3.1. Was the first. I remember when that version came out, and it was like you had to open the files, and then you had like all the files kind of like opened. It was basically your program files were all open on your desktop.
Did it have any folders yet?
and when Windows, was it 95 came out? I don't know. Whenever they first came out with the start menu, that threw me. I was so pissed. I did not like that change. It was too much, too fast. Was not a fan. Yes, the Windows 95 is the start menu. Okay, so 3.1 was like their first thing. But yeah, it was when the start menu happened, I got confused and I didn't like it. And then
did you ever was it like you couldn't wait to get out of school to go to your fucking computer?
Yeah, but see, the video games we had that we could play, my mom and dad made sure they got like educational games. So it was like Encyclopedia Britannica that we would play. There was like this whole encyclopedia game.
Oh,
and I use the word game loosely because it was just educational and learning, and I can't remember much about it. I used it for a lot of my reports. I probably plagiarized a lot of my stuff using it. Sorry. It was like fourth, fifth grade. Come on.
And now we can get AI to do it.
Exactly. No kidding. But did you ever play, like, I was trying to talk to my oldest about some of the games I would play before the internet really, because our internet was slow. You couldn't play games on dial-up very well.
It was just for like info.
Yeah. And so I played like Ski Free and Lander.
Ski Free?
Did you ever play Ski Free?
No, when I started playing video games, it was like Star Trek.
I got it.
Yeah. Like,
no, Ski Free was very much like, it was basically, I don't even know how to explain it, but it looked like it was made in Paint.
Oh, yeah, I played Mavin speaking.
Yes, the one with the Yeti. Yes, that's the one. Was it Ski Freak or Ski Free? I thought it was Ski Free, like Free. But yes, it's the one where the Yeti would attack you. It didn't matter how good you did; it eventually got you. I would get so mad.
I remember the games we played at school, to like help you with math and typing and
yes,
English and stuff.
We had a Reader Rabbit.
Peter Rabbit.
Reader Rabbit. READ.
Reader Rabbit.
Reader. Yes. Oh, and there was one that we used to play all the time. I loved it with math. I can't remember what it's called. It was this alien type dude and his little dog. And you would like feed the dog treats. Oh, what was it called?
Oh, it's gonna.
Oh, it's gonna drive me nuts. I wasted hours on that, and I learned so much math. I was so good at it because it wasn't simple math; it was complex math. I use the word complex loosely. I was a kid. Man, what was it? We would get him his little snacks and everything.
Did you play outside?
Of course.
Well,
my parents sent us outside all the time.
You don't like going outside now. Is why I asked.
No, I hate going outside now. No, I played outside all the time. Where we lived, we literally had a trail across the street that we could hike up, and there was a lake there. We had a little creek running in our backyard where salmon would come up and spawn in the spring, summer, whenever spawning happens. I can't remember. And then like woods in the back, and then woods like a swamp in the front. Yeah, I was outside all the time.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's not a thing now. Like kids don't go outside.
I know.
Like
well, our parents kicked us outside. I actually almost started our playhouse on fire. Because my mom kicked us out of the house. We were.
I think you told that story before.
Yeah, she was fed up with us, and we're like, "Fine, we're gonna stay outside." And we made the little one go in to get the matches. Like, you tell mom you're sorry. She likes you. You're the baby.
Funny. It's funny because the book
out of the playhouse.
Like, because I'm writing the book that I'm writing, like, it puts things into perspective because like kids don't do that shit no more. Like I'm writing stories about how
I feel like it depends on where you live.
I think it does too, but like it used to be everybody. Now it's just like selective like parts of like neighborhoods and stuff.
I think so. I feel like if I was back in Montana where we lived in like a nice little suburb where like, you know, just a safe little, it wasn't a gated community, but it was just, you know, a little HOA community. I feel like my kids would be outside a lot more. Whereas like right now we live not in the best neighborhood. It's not the worst, but it's not one I necessarily feel safe with them being outside.
You're telling me.
Oh, I know. If I lived where you live, my kids would be inside and there'd be freaking bars up on the wall. Like
that's funny too, because I grew up in the gated community too. And like we couldn't wait to leave the gated community. Like we were finding ways to like venture out of the community because it becomes so tiny after a while, right? Because it's like you've been everywhere, you've seen it, you've seen everything already in your confined space. It is safe to some degree because, you know, especially where I live, like things still happen, right? Things still tend to get in, right? I remember there was a couple of months where like everybody was scared because there was like people coming in and mugging the residents, right, at gunpoint.
Yeah.
So, but I remember, like, I have stories about, like, we would go to, like, because, like, the fields for the school were open, so we would go to, like, different schools to check out how their fields were, and, like, if they had, like, workout equipment or, like, playgrounds or whatever. We would take our bikes, we would go to, like, different parks, and we would, like, explore the city. We would take the bus with our bikes, and we would go to, like, different parks to see how they had things going. And
yeah, that's the other thing I've noticed. Like you don't, like I remember when I was a kid, we would go to the playground even on the weekends, like at the school, and we would just play at the school playground.
Yeah, because
didn't matter.
They would leave them open.
But you can't, even if they leave them open now, kids don't go. And play
they don't go.
Like I want to take my kids to their playground at their school, and I'm like, I can't. Like it doesn't feel like I'm allowed to because no one's ever there.
Yeah, no one's ever there, but you're allowed to. Yeah, they're open. They're open. The basketball courts, the tennis courts.
I did in Arkansas. I would take my kids to the playground there because it felt more like I was allowed to.
Feel safe.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. No, I don't know. It just doesn't feel like you're allowed to do those things because nobody's doing it.
We should bring it back.
We need to bring back playing at the playgrounds and swings. They've gotten rid of a lot of swings at a lot of playgrounds. It's really hard to find swing sets for kids to play on these days. I don't know if you've run into that problem.
Not as of lately. There's still swings over here. I don't know why they would take them down though.
I don't know, but I guess the only place I've really run into that was definitely in Virginia. My kid's school had 0 swings, none. She was so excited when we got to Arkansas.
Did they ever tell you
her playground had... No, there just weren't any. Teddy, I don't talk to people. I'm not going to ask questions.
Hey, why is there no fucking swings? Like, where you been? Where the fuck have you been?
Like, Where's the principal? I need to know why there's no swing. No, I didn't ask questions. I was just like, there's no swings. That sucks. You know? I wasn't going to like start a petition or a rally for
the
it.
Fuck are all the swings?
Like, I didn't want to talk to my kid's teacher, and you think I'm going to sit there and ask questions? No. But yeah, I think they have swings here. I'm not sure though. Yes, I don't talk to people if I don't have to. Oh my god.
So what happened to the swings? They're just gonna look at you like, where the fuck have you been?
Pretty much.
Like, how do you not know?
I'm new here. Nobody does swings anymore.
That sucks. I remember
swings are so less than free.
Like my favorite part, like time was like when the lights would go out, when there was like a power outage, or like a blackout. That's my fucking favorite. We would be like in the house, or watching my mom watch TV because that was we had one TV in the house. We had one TV in the house, and it was like 6 or 7. Like right now, it kind of get dark, and my mom was watching her novela. And so we would watch my mom watch her novela, and then you just hear, and everything turns off, right? Because that's the sound old shit made when they turned off.
Oh yeah, you remember like how the little light,
and then you just hear like like all the fuzz on the TV.
I used to like touch the TV.
Yeah, you go like that. It's just dust.
Yes.
So like you just hear that noise, and everybody starts whispering because it's fucking dark, and that's what you do when it's dark. You whisper. There's like, the fuck was that? And you go outside, and everybody's like, all the little kids are running outside, and you guys all meet up where you usually meet up, and you play fucking hide and seek.
Just remembered something
great.
while you're talking about that. So, my youngest, I was asking her the other day, like she went on a field trip, and so they didn't take their backpacks or anything to school. And she was just like, I asked her, I'm like, what did you drink? Because she's lactose intolerant, so she couldn't have milk. The juice they give them, sometimes it's got like pureed fruit, and she's got fruit allergies, so she can't have juice at school. And she's like, yeah, they just gave me water, but it was hand water. I'm like,
what?
Hand water? She's like, yeah, water that you use for your hand. I'm like, sink water? She's like, yeah,
tap
that's
water.
it.
Hand water. It was
hand water.
Oh god, we used to drink out of the hose. We didn't give a fuck where the water came from.
I know. Hand water.
That's funny. Hand water.
I was like, huh. Yeah, we used to. The sad thing is like we used to be we had a septic tank, and so if you use the wrong hose.
Ugh.
You're gonna have a bad time.
You was drinking gray water? Oh.
No, well, just a hose that was used for gray water because my grandparents lived on our property and they had a camper, and we had a septic tank. So you had to really be careful which hoses you were
we didn't give
consuming
a fuck.
from. Because I didn't give a fuck either until I realized why my parents kept asking, "Well, which hose did you use?"
I remember.
Which hose did you hook up to the?
in the apartments that I lived in, the gated community that I lived in, we would run up to like any hose. We didn't give a fuck. We'd turn it on, and I was always hating the summer because it would be like a minute of hot ass water that was in the hose already. So you have to turn it on, like kind of like wait to the hose.
Make sure it's not like on your toes.
Yeah, but we didn't care. We would run up to like the sink. I remember they had sinks for like the on-site laundromat. We would go in we would fucking drink out of there. Drink out of the hose. When the sprinklers were on, fucking drink out of the sprinkler. We give a fuck.
Sprinkler, yeah. It didn't matter. I know.
Now kids are all fucking sensitive.
I know. How dare we give them hand water?
We were like run down hills, the bushes, and you'll get home and you have like a bunch of little fucking prickly things on your socks.
Well, I've told this story on the podcast before. My mom would literally send us with buckets up to the trail with just bells so that the bears wouldn't eat us. No radio, no cell phone. Just
Yeah.
come home before it gets dark because that trail ain't fucking lit.
I
So,
can't, I can't believe we did anything without phones.
And so my mom just we had this big old. It was literally just a string of jingle bells, and probably for fucking reindeer because it's Alaska, and we would just. Sometimes we didn't even take the bells because, like, one time she kicked us out of the house. And I was like, "We need the bells." She's like, "You guys argue enough anyway. The bears aren't gonna run away from you. They don't want to deal with your
The bears
shit."
are like, fuck that.
So yeah, and then we did. We
Yeah.
ran into bears sometimes.
I remember getting kicked out of the house. Everybody get the fuck out. I'm a clean. What?
Yeah.
Everybody get the fuck out. I'm like, all right.
My kid don't come back.
We could go and like lick batteries and play with fucking.
We always
magnets.
made sure the little sister was with us just in case.
Yeah.
She was a sacrifice.
Growing up without technology was fucking fun. I remember when it would rain, and like when the day after where it didn't rain, they would kick us out of the house. And we'd just play. We'll just fucking make like essentially snowballs out of mud.
Oh yes, we made a lot of things out of dirt.
Yep. Throw each other. Throw it at each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We used to break windows. I used to hate
do a
break
lot of-
windows because they would find out who it was, and then they would charge us for the broken
no good.
window. Yeah.
That's no good. No, we just did a lot of exploring. Stupid exploring, but exploring nonetheless.
You had like the forest and
I
the
remember-
woods. I had like the ghetto.
We had like one year. I think it was my oldest sister. It was my two older sisters and I think my brother. And we took an inflatable raft, and we like packed a picnic, and we were going up to the lake, and because we kept seeing all these like little islands on the lake, and we were like, we're gonna like get on one of those little islands, and we're gonna have a picnic. Those islands were just lake seaweed grass. They were not.
Oh, it wasn't land.
It wasn't land.
It was just accumulated
fake.
seaweed.
Yes.
Kind of like a.
And like I can't remember which sister it was. I can't remember which one, but one of them tried to get off and almost fell in the lake.
Oh,
And we're just we're just a bunch of dumb kids.
that's
I mean,
great.
they were dumber because they were in high school. I was in elementary school. I was just a baby. I was just along for the ride. They were the ones that should have known better. And like, why didn't they use the oar to check before they put their foot on it? I don't know. None of that. The lake had leeches, pretty sure.
Oh,
So that was
leeches are good for you.
yes, I suppose. We would put bread bags on our feet.
A bread
To walk
bags.
around in. Yeah, like the bags that bread come in,
Oh, okay.
but we took the bread out.
That's kind of close. That's
Obviously.
really close to hand water.
Bread bags? Bags of bread.
With no bread in
Everybody
them, that would be just bread. That would just be a bag.
No, because that doesn't go up high enough. A bread bag goes all the way up to like your knee. A little grocery sack only goes up to like your calf. Although I was a kid, so maybe a grocery sack would go high enough, but like
Grocery sack.
grocery bag, whatever.
Anyways.
Don't be rude.
Oh, but
Don't make fun of my words.
I was gonna. There was a man. I kind of want to bring it up now. So there was a
Now you have to.
there was a shooting. Let's see. I don't remember what it was, but these three to four teenagers shot at a school bus, and I don't know how many they hit, but nobody died. But there was injuries. I think there was one critical injury and then like 20 something like other injuries.
Mm.
They didn't cancel school.
Wow.
They didn't cancel. You know what they did? They sent them home and they did online schooling, where they had to get into fucking what's it called? It's not Skype
Well,
anymore.
Yeah, it's whatever dashboard they use. All of them are a little different. I don't know if that bothers me that much because I feel like it helps them not. This is gonna sound bad, but it helps them not be afraid. it puts them, it gets them back into the normalcy of it.
It normalizes
Desensitizes
it. Yeah.
Yeah, which is terrible to say because we shouldn't normalize
that type of violence. Yeah.
That shouldn't be normalized for kids. But unfortunately, the country we live on, it has to be normalized because it's unfortunately normal at this point.
Oh man.
And it's frustrating. Like, I feel like, and I don't know if it's just because I live down in the lower 48s now, but I remember living on a small island. We didn't have crime like that. I specifically remember when we finally started locking our front doors. That's when I actually kind of got scared because I was like, why are we locking our door now? We didn't used to ever lock our door. But there was a murder that happened along one of the bike paths that I would bike on. I never went biking alone. I always had one of my siblings with me, but there was some girl, she was like 17 or 18, that had gotten murdered and was the first murder in probably ever. I don't want to say ever on the island.
Yeah.
Like, there was definitely murder ages ago, but it was the first one in a really long time. And that's when my family started locking our front door. And it's just, and that was it. After that, never happened again. Person finally got caught like maybe 5 years ago for it. They finally closed. They finally closed the case.
That's crazy.
But yeah, but it feels like as I've gotten older, there's just more and more and more. Like, I remember when the Columbine.
We talked about this. Is it that there's more? Is it just that we're so like
we're the social media has,
yeah, that like we're like the information so readily available to us that we can just look up and see hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cases, within our proximity, if not within a certain range, to where like it instills fear in you, right? Versus back in the days, I feel like they were still happening. It's just you weren't aware of them.
Well,
because social media just makes you aware now. And it's like you can like look at the statistics of like the whole entire United States, but that's a lot of land to cover. Right? And those statistics will scare you because it's like 1 out of 4, 1 out of 9, 1 out of 8, and you're like, oh fuck, I know that many people. And it starts to scare you, but like that's like it just creates anxiety because you just know too much. Versus back in the days we weren't aware, but those dangers were still there, right? Kids were still being picked up off the streets, and accidents were still happening, and people were always. I mean,
we had missing kids on milk cartons. Yeah. We don't do that anymore, I don't think. But
no, it's on social media now.
Yeah.
No, there's an app for that.
Basically, as terrible as that sounds, but yeah, like it was there, but it wasn't as.
It was out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
All right.
We should still put people's faces on milk cartons.
Who buys milk cartons?
Because everybody buys milk.
That's true.
I mean, who does? Granted, we have like 25 different kinds of milk now. That is probably the weirdest thing.
God damn it.
Could you imagine going back to like, for me, it would be like 97, 98, and just going, one day there's going to be milk made out of almonds.
Which is not that good, honestly. I was reading like
or there's gonna be milk made out of peas, or there's gonna be milk made out of just all the like soy milk was a thing back then. I'm pretty sure it just wasn't. Nobody drank it.
Nobody drank it. They didn't have the good flavors yet.
But it's just a lot's changed.
Yeah, I remember back then, like, you can't drink milk, you bitch. Now it's like,
remember all the got milk commercials? Like, you were supposed to drink milk. Like, that was the
kid needs some milk.
It was like pushing the milk and all the things. And all the discontinued things that were delicious that we can't get anymore. Good old days. Back when food tasted good. Products
Food
weren't
tasted-
shrunk.
Wait, what were
Down
what
to
were some of your
nothing.
favorite candies? Like in the early 2000s.
Do you remember when candy used to come like wrapped in foil?
Yeah, like gum and stuff.
No, gum's still wrapped in foil. But like
Oh,
Hershey
sh-
bars and Crunch bars. They used
Oh
to be
yeah,
wrapped in
you
foil.
open it, you will open the paper, and then it'll be wrapped in foil. Yeah.
Yes, I used to pretend because like Willy Wonka, like I had watched Willy Wonka, so I like pretend maybe there'd be a golden ticket in it.
I remember
But, like,
that. Now that you talk about it, yeah, like now everything's
And
so
even
plastic. Yeah.
even the fun size ones,
Yeah.
were wrapped in foil with their little paper wrapped
With the
around
paper,
them.
that's it. That was it.
It was just so satisfied. It was a whole experience eating candy.
Do you remember Gatorade bottles being made out of glass?
I never really drank Gatorade.
I remember they used to be glass bottles, and
They
then
couldn't
even
have
the logo
always-
was different.
Huh. You know, I did drink Gatorade, but I don't remember them being glass bottles. But I also didn't drink it often because we were poor, so it was always water.
I just remember because there was this one incident where I had dropped a bottle,
Mm.
and I was like, "Oh shit, it didn't break!" And I picked it up, but as soon as I took the cap off, it just fucking
It shattered.
yeah, just fell apart. I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I was a swimmer. I don't think they would have allowed glass Gatorade bottles on the deck. So, must have been. That's weird. Having a sports drink in a glass bottle.
Yeah, it was great.
I remember a lot of things coming in cans, but again, it's hard to tell because I feel like I had a totally different childhood than most people just because the whole Alaska thing kind of
true.
kind of makes it a little different, not quite the same.
Do you remember the Fun Dips? You get like this
Fun
little,
Dips.
like a pouch of sugar, basically, with the sugar
Oh, they
stick.
still have them.
They do.
Yeah,
It's just a
Yeah.
bag of sugar with a sugar stick.
it is. Yes.
You dip your sugar stick in the sugar. You lick it off the sugar stick. Who the fuck
sugar
thought of that shit? God damn.
Yeah, no, they still have them. You can get them at Five Below and stuff.
That's crazy.
But
I like the Pez.
Yes, Pez. Those are good. You can still get those too. Everybody's got those.
Do you remember when Pop Rocks came out? I know they're still available, but
Oh, I think they came out in the 60s, so no, I don't remember
No?
when they came out.
oh, they came
But
out.
I
in the
remember
60s?
having them.
I remember they were like
I'm pretty
fucking
sure.
popular when I was growing up.
Oh, yeah, everybody had Pop Rocks. I'm pretty sure Pop Rocks were like invented in the 60s, though.
Pop Rocks. You just drank them with soda and gave you a fucking stomach ache. It's great.
When 1975.
In the 70s.
So I remember I remember when Warheads came out. Yeah. Have you know what Warheads are?
Yeah. They're the
I
the
guess
yellow ones?
they've
red
also
ones?
came out in 75, but they were invented in Taiwan, so they didn't come to the US till 93. And then they really like a brand like picked them up in 2004. So they've only really been around for about 30 years.
Only? You remember baby bottle pops?
Yes.
You just take the cap off and you flip it upside down. You're like, shh. It's another sugar.
Yeah.
Sugar
Yeah, I never
powder,
got a lot of
those.
My mom made us buy like the old school candy. So like the cow tails, the Chico sticks,
Chickle sticks.
the like Necco wafer things. Necco, I don't know, they were candy from like 1905 area time frame, like ancient times. Oh, when Pepsi Vanilla came out,
Ooh.
everybody lost their minds.
Ooh, I remember that.
Or Pepsi Clear.
No, I don't remember that. I remember Cherry Coke.
Oh, they still have moon pies laid back.
Oh yeah, they just look different.
What do you mean they look different?
They look like the packaging and stuff. You remember when Ding Dogs came in fucking
Tinfoil.
tinfoil?
Yes.
Yeah, aluminum foil.
It
Those were
actually
those were my favorite. They don't hit the same. They used to be.
They don't
different.
come in tinfoil anymore?
No, they come like in a little plastic bag.
When did they stop doing that?
A while ago.
Probably when. Well, remember, Hostess went out of business, and then like somebody bought them.
Oh yeah. I remember.
And that's
I
why
remember
we
there was
still
gonna
have
be
all
like a Twinkies, like a fucking.
Oh, like everybody was going crazy
Yeah.
trying to buy all their Twinkies and everything. Like Hostess going out of business. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I don't really eat.
Yo-yos.
Oh, yo-yos.
Oh, I used to have. I remember they got banned at school. People kept hitting.
Funny enough,
each other with it.
my youngest literally came in my room tonight, and she's like, "I really like a yo-yo."
Yeah.
She's like, "Cause I could do this, and then I could do this," and I'm like, "Who'd you see playing with a yo-yo?" So, I have a yo-yo in my Amazon basket to put in her Easter basket this year.
Now we used to
But yes.
hit each other with the yo-yos. And they got banned at
Of course you
school,
did.
and I was like, they're invented as weapons. They're just using them as intended.
Did you ever play was it Pogs?
Oh yeah, the little cardboard fucking circle
Little things and
thingies,
the rubber slammers?
Yeah. You get them off the ice cream truck.
Is that where people got them from?
That's where I got them from. The ice cream truck.
I only got mine by winning them. I didn't actually know where you acquired them.
You just good at it.
I just got them by. I would borrow people's slammers.
I think they came with cereal too. I don't know.
Oh, we only bought the cereal that came in the bags.
Oh, the big ass bags like you're feeding a dog.
Yes. Yes.
It was like
Thank
an
you.
off-brand, like
Yes.
like
the
dino,
off-brands of
like
off-brand.
chocolate dino cocos or whatever.
Something. Yeah. No, we never got. It was